G'day, Patrick from Aquatic Labs here again. Hello my fellow Aquarius. As promised, I said I would do a video of me working on a nano marine setup with the Fluval Evo. Kind of already started before I started filming, mainly because a lot of the stuff had to be set up, so rock using Stonefix had to be done, as well as getting basically a setup layout working. I can show you what I've done so far. If you've seen me on Instagram, you would have seen a few little sneak peeks, but I'll quickly show you now what we've done, and I'll talk to you through the rest of it, and we'll get some water in it today. So here we are, the Fluval Evo. It's got its scape in, got a bit of sand in there, just to prevent the rocks from basically scratching the bottom of the glass. So what we're going to be doing now is just topping up the sand so we get a nice deep sand bed, make sure everything works out quite well, and then we're going to go through a lot of the equipment in the tank setup, so you can see basically what we're using for the Evo setup. So we are changing a bit of the stuff around and eventually adding a little bit more onto the tank itself. So right now, yeah, we'll just top it up with sand and then we'll get on with it. But other than that, I think that's a really good deep sand bed. Should really help keep the tank really going in terms of water chemistry, as well as giving a nice sand bed for our inhabitants down the line. Alright, starting off with the equipment that we're going to be using is for the return pump that goes from the filter. We are going to be using the Sicce 1.0. Now the stock filter that comes with the Evo is rated to 500 litres an hour, and from what I found out the first time I had this set up, it did not provide enough flow. So in saying that, we're going to upgrade to the Syncra, the Sicce Syncra Silent 1.0, which is a 950 litres an hour. So that should give us an adequate flow into the tank. So let's put it in. It's a bit of a tight fit, but we'll get it in there. So as I said, it's a really tight fit, but the most important thing is it's going to give us enough flow for the whole aquarium. Keeping in terms with flow, we're going to get ourselves a little wave maker. I'm going with the Voyager, Sicce Voyager 1000. So it pushes about 1,000 litres of water an hour, which is more than enough and more than capable for this little tank. However, I think in the future we'll probably look into a better flow rate. So the key is with one of these is make sure that it goes towards your overflow. That way any little bits of debris and gunk goes straight in to the overflow in the corner. That way you don't have to worry about gravel vacuuming or siphoning any detritus or anything that sits down there. And I'm just going to put it just below the water level, because the water level on the Evo, we're going to try to keep it somewhere in the mids of this honeycomb wrap. So keep it going like that. For the rest of the equipment, it's just going to be stock standard. We're going to use the Fluval RC skimmer that is designed for the Evo. Again, something that we'll probably have to look into upgrading in the future. If not, we just don't even use a skimmer. I've had some mixed thoughts with this. It does work alright if you get it in a good position. However, I think for this little tank you might need something a little bit better depending on your stocking. But everything is pretty much ready to go. Just slide it in spot. It does require a bit of maintenance from time to time, as what I've found out. Not very a heavy duty skimmer, but should do the trick for the time being, but we won't be using it while we're cycling. Final bit of equipment, and we're going to be using this to fill up the tank, and I think it's a fantastic little invention. It's the Ripple Nano ATO system. This thing works fantastic, and we're going to use it to fill up this tank because it actually fits well in my 25 litre containers. But other than that, this thing is great. It works fantastic. It fits perfectly into the Evo, which I'm pretty sure was a design for it. But we're going to use that now to fill up this tank, get some water into it, get it going. So that's the little sensor anyway, and this little pump packs a punch. You'll see in a second as we fill this thing up.
Aside from my soul, there goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. There goes a sight from my soul. I think it's all angels just walk by. 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 There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my there goes a sight. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul.
And it's that simple to fill a tank. I think overall that probably took about half an hour, maybe even less. I don't know, I lost kind of track of time. Went to go get order some dinner, and as you can see, the tank is now full. It is pretty much ready to go. But first of all, let's finish up the trimmings, put everything on top, get everything going, turn on the pumps, and make sure that our water level is just perfect for the back part. As you can see, everything is on and flowing. You can see a little bit more of turbulence happening in there with the water flow, which is really great. The cloudiness, of course, will disappear over time as the stand and everything begins to settle. But for now, we'll leave it as it is. We'll put it in our Dr. Tim's and start getting this tank cycled. So thank you guys for watching again on the Fluval setup. I'm looking forward to playing around with this tank once again, and then of course we have the big behemoth behind me, the 195 reef tank, which we will be playing around with in the near future. But for the time being, I got some frags that I need to put into this tank, so we'll hopefully get this thing cycled and ready to go. And then I'll show you the process of what we're going to do to upgrade this tank to make it a nice nano tank that anyone can really do at home without monitoring too much. So that is pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Stay tuned for more videos from Aquatic Labs as we play around in the fish room and do more tank builds.